Hello, and welcome to another update video about XRP. So XRP is still holding below all-time high. I mean, the idea is that the market should go higher overall, right? I mean, that's still the idea. I've mapped out here on this chart a potential 5-wave move to the upside. After this 4th wave triangle pattern likely completed, we can remove some of the microstructures we don't really need anymore. But you might remember that we've been tracking here this Elliott wave triangle now in recent weeks. Analysis has been very consistent. We haven't broken below the invalidation point, which was the red line, which is at $1.96. Why invalidation? Because, well, at the time, and this was also a previous breakout point to the upside, at the time, the price in the triangle shouldn't have broken, or shouldn't break, wasn't allowed to break below 196, the C wave low, and that was well, the price held above it, right? So the triangle remained valid, it remained relevant, and we did not get any invalidation. Rather, the price followed the bullish outlook in the yellow scenario for an upside breakout of the triangle. And the price has now reached the 330 level, which is the next key resistance. And without a surprise, the price also is consolidating below it a little bit. But there is a lot of upside pressure. The market is just consolidating, building just below this, building strength maybe, just below this level. Now, I talked in yesterday's video about the likelihood of a pullback before we break out. The pullback is there. I mean, you could say, you know, from up there, it was a bit of a pullback, 7%. You could say that's a lot. It's actually not a lot. In crypto, it's not really a lot, you know, not compared to the move up that happened, because when the triangle completed here at this E-wave low, the market actually moved up like 45%. So the 7% move down, even though it's from a different, you know, base now, it is not a lot. Now, I still don't need to adjust our support areas, because with the possible 5-wave move up, an impulsive looking advance after the wave 4 triangle completed, we are overall looking for higher prices. With such a setup, we are looking for higher. The bigger question is, you know, how deep is the pullback going to be? We have to let the market show us. What I can tell you is there is no clear evidence for a major top. Absolutely not. This here could even evolve into some kind of a triangle. Don't necessarily focus too much here on the microstructure. It is not clear. It really isn't clear. The market might still, you know, form one more high. It's, you know, my best guess. And even that's probably not, I mean, there are too many options. That's it. So micro count, at some point, when we're dealing with Elliott waves, at some point we have to say the micro count just doesn't add any value. But people ask me, is it a 5-wave move up? And I'd say yes. That doesn't mean that it couldn't form another high in this move. It could. It might just extend further then. But what is important for me as an Elliott wave analyst, and what should be important for traders, is the understanding that it is a 5-wave move up, which is bullish, right? Now, whenever we have a 5-wave move up, we, however, have to consider that the market needs some breathing space. So it might need to pull back a little bit. It might need to correct this move. And then the support area here comes into focus between $2.52 and $2.94. That would be the standard support area to watch for a possible wave 2 pullback, which might have started, but it's just not very clear. Yeah, there is just not enough structure there. It is possible that a wave 2 has started, I'd say. Okay, it's also not, it's not improbable, but there's just not enough evidence. We need to see a little bit more action. The move down was so far in 3 waves, so it keeps the door open, to be honest, directly higher. Now, someone said yesterday in the comments like, oh no, so pullback still possible? I didn't quite understand that comment, but I think it was about being frustrated that a pullback is still possible. Now, pullbacks are always possible. All we can do from an analysis point of view is to identify the trend, which is clearly up. We identify the invalidation point. So for the direct trend higher, the invalidation point is the beginning of the 5th wave up. So the end of the triangle, and that's at $2.33, $2.32. You know, as long as we are holding above that level, the focus is on higher. But there are additional levels we can add, like standard Fibonacci levels, which provide a framework or parameters for an upcoming pullback. Doesn't mean the pullback has started, it just means that this is the space we have to give the market, even in case of a wave 2 pullback. And the support area is between $2.52 and $2.94, with additional support between $2.68 and $2.81. This is standard support, and the market might form a low in this region, but there's not even any guarantee that this support area will be tested. We need a little bit more evidence. I can say that probabilities that we get a pullback maybe next week are quite high, based on what I see also in the stock market. Posted that earlier today on Discord, provided an update there on the NASDAQ, DXY, and so on. But here on the, just looking at crypto, yeah, it's pretty extended, but extensions can continue. So all I can share at this stage is the risk. So the risk levels, not just that there is risk, there's always risk, but what are the risk levels for this move to continue? What is the standard support region for this move up to continue? And it's defined here. In addition to that, we want to know what are the next upside targets, right? So in terms of the next upside targets, we can take a look at the XRP long-term chart. Obviously, if the market moves above yesterday's high, we assume it's going to be on its way to the next upside Fibonacci level, which, if I recall correctly, yeah, is at $4.20, and then the $5 mark. These are the next two relevant levels. Let's first see if the market can get there. I mean, the next one above would be 661, but the next two are, yeah, already highlighted. You know about these if you watched previous videos. So yeah, for now, unfortunately, not a lot to update. It might be a bit repetitive, but I know a lot of you are interested, given that XRP is now at this 2018, 2017 high point. And yeah, just looking for a little bit more price action to be able to map out the correction. Or if we get one more high, then I would, for now, just see it as an extension of wave 1. That's the update about XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.